The unexpected revelation. The bright studio lights beamed down, reflecting off the polished surface of the desk as Song Weilong and Zhao Jinmai sat side by side, engaging in what was supposed to be a standard, routine promotional live stream for their latest drama. Fans from all over the world flooded the chatroom, their excitement palpable through a ceaseless stream of digital hearts, flying gifts, and rapidly scrolling comments. The atmosphere was lighthearted, filled with the usual banter, polite laughter, and professional camaraderie that actors often display during such press events. A slip of the tongue. Neither actor could have predicted how quickly a split-second lapse in concentration would alter the entire trajectory of the broadcast. As the director signaled a brief transition between segments, the live stream host momentarily turned away to interact with the off-camera production crew, leaving a brief window of unguarded silence in the studio. In that fleeting moment of relaxed tension, Song Weilong leaned slightly closer to his co-star, his posture dropping the rigid formality required for the cameras, and murmured something softly under his breath. It was a private gesture meant only for the person sitting right beside him, completely detached from the public persona they were both maintaining. The word that stopped the internet. To the absolute shock of the millions tuning in across the globe, the sensitive studio microphones caught the exchange with crystal clarity, broadcasting a single, intimate term across every device: honey. The word hung in the digital air for a second, cutting sharply through the background noise of the set. Zhao Jinmai visibly froze, her eyes widening in sudden realization as the gravity of what had just been transmitted hit her. She turned her head sharply toward Song Weilong, her expression a mix of startled panic and disbelief, while Weilong's face immediately flushed with a deep, unmistakable shade of crimson as his eyes darted toward the live monitoring screens. Total chaos in the live chat. Within milliseconds, the chat section transformed from a steady stream of enthusiastic comments into an absolute wall of chaos and disbelief. Millions of viewers stopped typing emojis and instead began spamming frantic questions, caps-locked expressions of shock, and urgent timestamps. Social media platforms outside the broadcast instantly caught fire, with screen recordings of the slip-up being clipped, downloaded, and shared thousands of times per second. Hashtags bearing both actors' names skyrocketed to the #1 trending spots worldwide, crashing several regional servers as fans scrambled to verify whether what they had just heard was a genuine slip of the tongue or an elaborate illusion. Behind the professional facade, for months leading up to this incident, eagle-eyed fans had been piecing together subtle clues, behind-the-scenes glances, and uncanny chemistry that suggested their professional relationship might run much deeper than mere co-stars. Industry insiders had occasionally whispered about close interactions on set, but strict talent management agencies, intense public scrutiny, and the unforgiving nature of celebrity culture always kept such rumors tightly under wraps. This accidental disclosure, however, shattered the carefully curated illusion of professional distance in a single blow, laying bare a reality that both actors had clearly tried to protect from the glaring spotlight of public opinion. The immediate aftermath. Realizing the monumental scale of the mistake, the production staff off-camera immediately scrambled, frantically whispering among themselves and gesturing wildly to the hosts. The atmosphere inside the studio shifted from relaxed excitement to palpable tension. As both actors struggled to regain their composure under the immense weight of the live broadcast. Zhao Jinmai nervously adjusted her microphone, offering a hurried, high-pitched laugh in an attempt to brush off the heavy silence, while Song Weilong cleared his throat repeatedly, desperately trying to steer the conversation back to the script they had abandoned moments prior. Damage control in real time. The live stream host, sensing the immense awkwardness and the overwhelming frenzy in the comments, quickly stepped back into the frame, attempting to salvage the broadcast by loudly pivoting to a completely different topic about the drama's upcoming plot points. Yet, the desperate attempt at distraction proved entirely futile. The chat was no longer paying attention to the fictional storyline. Every single viewer was laser-focused on the undeniable chemistry, the visible panic, and the lingering tension etched across the faces of the two leads sitting stiffly side by side. The digital wildfire spreads. As the live stream finally drew to a forced and abrupt conclusion, the digital wildfire outside the studio only grew exponentially larger. Entertainment news outlets, tabloid bloggers, and digital detectives dissected every micro-expression, every nervous glance, and every change in body language captured during those fatal few seconds. Frame-by-frame analyses flooded video-sharing platforms, with lip readers and audio engineers attempting to isolate and verify the exact context of the whispered endearment, turning a simple promotional event into a massive pop culture phenomenon. Silence from the agencies. Hours turned into a tense day, and the entertainment agencies representing both Song Weilong and Zhao Jinmai maintained a deafening, strategic silence. No official statements were released to deny the incident, nor were there any hasty attempts to fabricate far-fetched excuses about misheard audio or scripted banter. This unusual lack of immediate damage control only served to pour gasoline on the blazing fires of speculation, convincing millions of fans that the accidental slip of the tongue was an undeniable proof of a genuine, hidden romance blossoming behind closed doors. Navigating the public eye, the immense pressure of public life often forces celebrities to hide their most genuine emotions behind thick walls of PR training and carefully managed public personas. For Song Weilong and Zhao Jinmai, the burden of maintaining this separation had suddenly become infinitely heavier in the blink of an eye. Every public appearance, every future interview, and every social media post they made from that day forward would inevitably be viewed through the magnifying glass of this single, unforgettable moment of human vulnerability captured live on camera. The human element behind the stars. Beneath the glittering veneer of fame, award nominations, and blockbuster television ratings, celebrities remain human beings capable of affection, distraction, and careless mistakes. The slip of the tongue was a stark reminder that even the most disciplined actors cannot maintain a perfect facade indefinitely when genuine feelings are involved. Viewers across the world, despite the chaotic internet storm, secretly found themselves captivated by the raw authenticity of the moment, realizing that behind the polished glamour lay a very real, unfiltered connection between two people navigating the complexities of young love. A turning point in their careers. This accidental broadcast marked an undeniable turning point not only in the personal lives of Song Weilong and Zhao Jinmai but also in the marketing and perception of their ongoing drama. Viewers who had previously been on the fence about watching the series suddenly tuned in by the millions, eager to read between the lines of every romantic scene, searching for the real-life emotions bleeding into their fictional performances. The boundaries between reality and fiction had officially blurred beyond recognition, creating an unprecedented level of investment from an already devoted fanbase. The weight of expectations. As the days progressed, the sheer magnitude of the public reaction began to settle into a steady, persistent hum across global entertainment forums. Fans organized watch parties, analyzed past red carpet appearances, and debated the ethics of invading celebrity privacy versus the sheer joy of witnessing genuine romance unfold in real time. Through it all, both actors remained remarkably composed in their private lives, refusing to feed the media frenzy while simultaneously unable to erase the indelible mark left by that one whispered word on a fateful live stream. Epilogue of an unplanned confession. Looking back, the accidental utterance of a simple term of endearment transformed an ordinary Tuesday afternoon broadcast into a legendary moment in contemporary entertainment history. It proved that in an era of hyper-filtered digital perfection, genuine human slip-ups still hold the power to captivate the world, spark boundless imagination, and remind everyone that even the biggest stars are susceptible to the undeniable pull of the heart. Song Weilong and Zhao Jinmai may have never intended to share their private bond with millions of strangers, but in doing so, they left an unforgettable chapter in the hearts of those who witnessed the exact second the truth slipped out. The morning after the storm. The morning sun cast long shadows across the bustling city streets, but inside the high-rise management offices, the atmosphere was already heavy with urgency and strategic calculation. Phones buzzed incessantly on mahogany desks as public relations teams scrambled to compile media reports, trending analytics, and public sentiment scores from every corner of the internet. The unexpected slip of the tongue had triggered emergency meetings before the sun had even fully risen, forcing talent managers to reevaluate their entire communication strategy. The golden rule of maintaining strict celebrity boundaries had been shattered in less than a second, leaving executive producers and agents scrambling to regain control of a narrative that was already hurtling forward at breakneck speed. Behind closed doors, far away from the prying eyes of the media and the relentless notifications of social media apps, Song Weilong and Zhao Jinmai sat together in a quiet, secluded lounge, processing the whirlwind of the past 24 hours. The initial panic that had gripped them inside the studio had settled into a quiet, contemplative tension, punctuated only by the soft hum of the air conditioning. They reviewed the endless sea of comments, memes, and supportive messages pouring in from loyal fans around the world. In that quiet space, away from the flashing cameras and the corporate demands of their agencies, they realized that the secret they had worked so hard to protect had finally found its own way out into the open. The power of fandom solidarity. While traditional tabloids anticipated a massive backlash or career-damaging fallout, Something unexpected and remarkably heartwarming began to unfold across global fan communities. Instead of anger or betrayal, the overwhelming majority of fans expressed deep empathy, protectiveness, and joyous support for the duo. Fan clubs mobilized quickly to drown out malicious gossip, flooding social media with nostalgic video edits, supportive essays, and celebratory art. This collective display of solidarity proved that modern audiences often value raw authenticity and genuine happiness over the manufactured perfection dictated by old-school talent agencies. Reassessing the script, back on the production lot, the crew preparing for the drama's upcoming promotional events noticed an immediate shift in the dynamic surrounding the project. Directors and writers, recognizing the colossal wave of organic interest generated by the incident, began subtly brainstorming ways to incorporate the newfound energy into future promotional appearances. While they still had to navigate the strict legal and contractual guidelines set by the agencies, the undeniable electricity between the two leads could no longer be treated as a standard, run-of-the-mill professional collaboration. Every script reading and rehearsal now carried an unspoken layer of thrilling anticipation. The anatomy of a viral moment. Digital media experts and internet historians quickly began analyzing the live stream incident as a masterclass in modern digital virality. Within hours, the clip had transcended language barriers, being translated into dozens of languages and dissected by pop culture commentators across North America, Europe, and Southeast Asia. The universal charm of an accidental romantic confession struck a chord with internet users everywhere, turning a localized promotional stream into an international viral phenomenon that dominated global headlines for days on end. Industry precedents and new realities. The quiet response from the actors' management agencies forced industry insiders to re-examine how modern talent representation handles accidental disclosures in the age of real-time broadcasting. Gone are the days when a swift, aggressive denial could instantly erase a digital footprint witnessed by millions in high definition. The incident served as a watershed moment for celebrity management, highlighting the reality that hyper-connected global audiences possess the tools to preserve, amplify, and validate unscripted moments faster than any public relations department can issue a press release. Navigating the paparazzi lens. As the dust began to settle slightly, the physical reality of living under the constant glare of the media spotlight returned with full force. Photographers and paparazzi staked out apartment complexes, airport terminals, and studio gates, hoping to catch the very first glimpse of the duo together after the incident. Security details were noticeably doubled, and transport vehicles were rerouted through private loading bays to ensure the actors could navigate their daily schedules without being swarmed by eager cameras looking for a follow-up scoop. The fan art and creative renaissance. Creativity across the fandom exploded into overdrive as artists, writers, and musicians channeled the emotional resonance of the live stream into incredible works of art. Thousands of fan fiction stories reimagined the moments leading up to and following the slip-up, while digital painters created stunning portraits capturing the exact expression of surprise on Zhao Jinmai's face. This grassroots creative movement transformed a potentially stressful corporate crisis into a vibrant, joyful celebration of art, romance, and community spirit that showed no signs of slowing down. Redefining on-screen chemistry. For viewers tuning into the ongoing television broadcast, every single scene shared between Song Weilong and Zhao Jinmai took on an entirely new dimension of meaning. Gestures that might have previously been interpreted as standard acting choices were now viewed through the lens of real-world affection. Critics noted that the emotional depth of their performances seemed to effortlessly transcend the written dialogue, imbuing their characters with a palpable sincerity that captivated audiences and pushed television ratings to unprecedented, record-breaking heights. The quiet strength of mutual support. Through all the noise, speculation, and media scrutiny, the most striking element remained the unwavering composure displayed by both actors. Friends close to the production noted that Song Weilong had stepped up to ensure Zhao Jinmai felt protected and supported amidst the intense digital storm, demonstrating a level of maturity and care that earned deep respect from everyone working behind the scenes. Their ability to weather the initial shock together solidified a profound bond of trust, proving that their connection was built on a foundation far stronger than mere temporary infatuation. The changing face of celebrity romance. The cultural conversation sparked by the incident extended far beyond the immediate fandom, triggering broader debates about the archaic expectations placed on young Asian actors regarding romance and personal freedom. Cultural commentators argued that modern audiences are increasingly eager to see public figures live authentic, fulfilling lives rather than adhering to outdated ideals of manufactured singlehood. This single live stream moment inadvertently became a powerful